for listening to this ALAE in Life on NSR National Swamp Radio. Today's story, When Alligator Turns 5. Once upon a time, there was an idea, and it was a really great idea. That we could build a school that would celebrate kids and community every single day. This is the story of that school. And I'm the storyteller, the alligator. Just alligator for now. I'm a gator without a name. A no-name-a-gator, if you will. I am, though, looking for a name, so as I share this story, I also ask you to think about a name for me. You can submit your best alligator name at the end of your journey. I need one. Let's begin. I am going to take you on a drive-through of our school. A school just 5 years old, a babe in the woods, or in the concrete jungle. A babe off South Flores, that's for sure. So, climb into my back seat, wear your seatbelt, put on your mask, load up in the appropriate childcare seat, and here we go! A drive-through story about the Advanced Learning Academy. An enchanted story, to be sure. Way back, a long time ago, in 2015, when I was just a tiny little egg-gator resting under the red Texas oaks and the desert willows on the banks of the San Pedro Creek, just a stone's throw from our new colorful playground, lovingly designed by 4th and 5th grade students, and over the top of the brand spankin' new SAISD, the Swamp and Insect Service Division, central office, there was a really creative, and maybe a little far out, group of people that wanted to make a school that was really good for kids. This design team spent minutes, hours, days, weeks, and months brainstorming ways that kids could gather together to be happy and to learn. Like all good alligators, kids are social creatures. They like to hang out in groups, have little birds pick at their teeth, and sleep to the point that they look like logs. And, like us, they are naturally chatty. It's true, look it up. Alligators are the chattiest of reptiles. That's why we're the first species of reptile to make a podcast. Anyway, these creative folks, this design team extraordinaire, this chatty, energetic group of people, thought that, just maybe, a school could be built with the radical idea that kids have voice and choice. That school could and should feel really happy and really safe. That school should have engaging projects that have meaning and relevance to our students and our community. And that school should offer, every single day, a place to learn and to find joy. A place to find those cute little birds who polish your molars. And a place to come together in fun and playful ways. Like we are today. Hey, watch out for those pigeons! And, no matter what the obstacles, coronavirus, a winter storm, one of the birds in your mouth staging a mutiny, here we are, finding a way to do just that. Come together, to celebrate, to be together in whatever way we can. That's one of our greatest alligator gifts, that we always find a way. And our design peeps, they knew that would happen with the right environment. For me, that's a creek. For them, it's an old school building from the late 1800s. To each their own, I suppose. We could all use a little mossy creek called home. They were pretty neat peeps, and they still are. So then, people came together. Passionate, prospective parents, creatively curious students, swanky swamp creatures, and our coolest community friends. You know, when creative, energized people come together with a common goal, a goal like creating a lively, joyful place to learn, really good things happen. And they did. If you opened the gator door on the first day, right away, you knew something was different. There were lamps lighting the classrooms, twinkle lights like stars filling the bookshelves in the corners of the rooms, desks and chairs that looked more like a playground than a school. And my absolute alligator favorite, amazing student art and projects everywhere. Revisioned recycled animal castings, cardboard carnival games at the fall festival, origami sculptures, mini mandalas, homemade arcade games, even a giant papier-mâché shark, model after my buddy Greg. And then, nothing less than a field-walking excursion on the 5th day of the very first week of school, with 130 4th and 5th graders, down the Riverwalk, that's my stomping ground, to the San Antonio Museum of Art. That set the tone for lots more walks, treks through the San Antonio swampland called home. That was a little wild and zany, but that's us. There were also set designs for plays made from old palettes, giant art collages, poetry readings, huge whole school musicals, flash mobs with the mayor, way to go Mayor Nuremberg, who is part alligator by the way, tamaladas, dances, little mariachis, amazing mariachis, PBLs with picnics, and wow, that's a lot. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So much amazing work created by students and families together. Whoa. I think I need a brain break. Hey, you know where I got that idea from, don't you? ALA, that's right. As an alligator, I love to take a break and warm my soft belly in the never-ending San Antonio sun. The San Antonio, if you will. Everyone needs a brain break like that, and here, everyone gets a recess. A time to chill. A time to reflect on the great work we've done together. Or time to just be. Because, hey, that's important too. Let's take a brain break while we hear a word from our sponsors. This episode of This ALAE in Life is sponsored by Burt's Beezers. Need a high-quality lip balm but would rather buy from a local school principal than a big company? Burt's Beezers, for all your lip care and leadership needs. We're also sponsored by Gatorade. It's like Gatorade, but with swamp water in it. Gatorade. The FDA recommends it. Probably. And we're back. Now, picture this. In the middle of downtown, in the shadow of all the big buildings, cooled by a creek full of friends and art, enveloped in an aura of positive, creative energy, in the center of my favorite city, is the beating heart that is ALA. ALA is what it means to be creative and action-oriented. I mean, have you seen some of the projects people have put on here? Gosh! I'm feeling a little excited right now, a little breathless. I can't tell if my green face is car sickness or just my natural pigmentation. What am I feeling? Let me pull over here a minute and check my mood meter. What color am I today? I'm usually a dark green, of course, cozy and serene, but it seems... I'm bright yellow today, somewhere between upbeat and ecstatic. Yeah, that's it. You know how I learned to put my emotions into words, don't you? You got it. ALA. We don't just use rulers, we use ruler. And you know, alligators are masters at ecosystem design. For instance, my swamp hut has a mat that says, "Wipe your tails, leave your scales." You can start designing your own emotional ecosystem too, by knowing yourself and what you need to gator through. What color are you today? Shout it out to those pigeons and butterflies out those vehicular windows, into our student gardens. Let's hear those mood meter colors! Some people have really great ideas, and then they discover ways to make those ideas come to life. Like me. Just like this happy school, I was an idea once, in the mouths and eyes of our kids. And here I am, driving. Sure, maybe I'm only 3 years old, and my little gator feet don't quite reach the pedals, but that hasn't stopped me. And it doesn't stop them either. This school started with an idea. And after just 4 short months of intense bellowing and chatting and rumbling and chumphing and envisioning, here we are today. Serendipitously, 4 months is the real gestation time of a tiny alligator baby, too. Thank you for not leaving me in that creek for too long. My scales were getting all wrinkly. I needed this home away from home. And hey, we didn't and we won't stop this chatter. We are sustainable. The best thing about this place is that we will continue to grow and learn and adjust and create new experiences together that are right for the kids, the times, the moments, and the glorious, swampy, slimy days of our youth. We are not a species to sit around for too long. Well, for one thing, we get hungry. But for another, we like to make our environment better as it grows and changes, too. We will not stand still. We will not be content with too long in the sun, belly up and warm and toasty and soft and dreamy and oh no, there is work to be done. Did you know that alligators are the only reptile species that use tools? Well, we can't just walk into a Home Depot either, so that's why we need our maker spaces, our Zorro Ale Astutos, our Wonder Courses, our Ale Astonishing social justice projects, our community efforts that reach out to others. Like that Phenomenalligator 6th grade blanket drive that helped so many people that needed our warmth and love. So many student projects match the needs of our time. They are authentic and necessary and really uncover the hearts of our cool students here at ALA. It's just a part of our ALA Gator DNA to reach out, to sustain, and to celebrate our superhero strength of alligator agility. To keep that going, we will continue our SLCs, our community reflections, our parent nights and parent Zooms and student meetings, and make even more ways for us to talk and chump together. When I look back to our first graduation, where our seniors floated down my river, Uncle Ted even got to push the boat along, and even last year, where I was the guest of honor sitting high up in a convertible, visiting the home of each and every senior in a citywide parade, with musical interludes and greetings by our resident Gator trumpet player. Uncle Ted tried to follow that one too, but the cars were moving too fast. And when I look back at the best home prom ever, with Gator dances and runway showcases of tuxes and Gator gowns, I am breathless and thankful. Such a proud and honored Gator. Before I say, see you later, alligator. Yes, I've been waiting to say that this whole time. I want to thank each and every one of you for listening to my story. I want to thank the AL Amazing Innovative School Board that supports our ongoing creativity, and our superintendent, Mr. Pedro Martinez, who is part alligator himself. As we think of saying goodbye, we know it's not goodbye really. I'll be taking another brain break here soon, resting in the student herb garden, belly up to the warm air, dreaming of the creative things to come, and thinking of each of you. Thanks, alligator. That's it for today's episode of This ALAEN Life from NSR. Remember, you can submit a name for our alligator at the end of your drive-thru, and you just might get to name our school's mascot. Join us next week for an exclusive interview with a firefly who just got fluorescence. Good night.